you're the contact person. Anything go wrong at the institution, they ain't going to your boss, the MD, or the corporate head or whatever. They come in, first thing they ask, who's the MLR? Who's the compliance officer? That's the person you want to talk to. Central bank have an engagement where they come in and do their so you're the starting point. You're the registered person, everything goes through you. Yeah? And last but not least, tipping off. You know tipping off. It's just a refresher, a reminder. Please don't go. If you're already a snitch, so you go and tip off after you're a snitch. That don't make no sense. Yeah, that's counterproductive. You snitch and then you go tell the boys that I snitch. That don't make no sense. So
I have a question for you.
Yes, go back. Yes, sir.
The relationship between the MLRO and the compliance officer. We're not talking about where it's fused in a small organization. It's separate rules. Who is most responsible for the STRs and SARs?
MLR.
The MLRO.
Because the title itself was to give away with money laundering reporting officer. You can hold both
compliance
positions.
officer.
You can be compliance and MLR.
Right, so I'm speaking about a separate role because I get the fused.
If it's a separate, then it's the MLRO. In his absence, it could be the compliance officer who does it. So you could have an MLRO and a deputy MLRO. Depends on how you structure it.
So in terms of sanctions, that could be levied against those officers, those officers.
Once it's enshrined in your procedures and policies, say, okay,
then you
the magistrate is the MLRO. In his absence, Savannah is the deputy MLRO. I can't remember your name. No, your real name, the government name, your last name. Knowles. Okay, so Ms. Knowles, in the absence of the magistrate, Nicole would be the deputy MLRO. So in terms of sanction, either one. You could have those.
in the scope of your
Yes.
portfolio.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be an issue. And they will both be senior.
Right.
Because either one of those roles, you have to be a senior person.
But the MLRO doesn't have a role to play in policies, procedures, of institutions
not really.
developing those.
Not really, it would be the compliance officer. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So and they're so closely intertwined. It would make sense that that it would be one person. Yeah.
Right.
And if you decide to have it separate, they would still work
Together.
so closely. Yeah. Because it is under the umbrella of the AML.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not a problem, magistrate. So when we talk about a suspicion, and this is just a generic or basic definition of suspicion, a belief or idea that something may be true. Yeah? So, it ain't necessarily have to be true, but based on, if you ask the average person on the street, I'm looking at this, I think that may be true. Let me give you this a scenario. And I used this one the last time, or maybe the class before. And this where me and you got into that row.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, but everyone should. But me and you.
Some of them knows, but they ain't. So, just picture this scenario. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. And let's make a minute. Right, Major. And another person,
That's not a beta.
they're riding in a car. And they have, let's say, 200,000 cash, all U.S., and a small quantity of marijuana. It's not enough suspicion to say that this person may be involved in, I don't know, money laundering. You hear me today now? You use the devil, Last time you were putting this big old fight, you want to kill me.
I was bringing it right now. See, Taylor, the thing is,
Yeah, I knew
that large amount of U.S. funds, you cannot obtain that from the bank.
Well, I mean, when you look at the...
Like legally, you can't go in the bank and get 200,000 US. That amount, to have that amount, it's not unless you get it over time and you just keep it collecting at home. But
And even
so it could be
why
US
you ride around, why you
something
ride
like I'm
around
gonna
with
prove no 200,000 US.
Right in your car, 2
When?
o'clock in the
No,
morning.
let me give you a basic question.
Business person, but these are not business persons. Thank you very much.
You have a construction guy
Excuse me.
on paper.
What are you going to do? Go to get 200,000 US from Central Bank?
Oh, we got this noise.
I was still work. Let me. I don't know if I'm disappointed or I just kind of excited to see where they go in. But I don't work where I used to work anymore, right? So I basically work anyway. So where I work, I am in the second call, and how I was going about, I had to change direction Let me just tell you. So basically,
You don't call no names?
no,
Okay.
basically the officers got tips if the persons are going around with cards and they withdraw some funds of the ATM. Where I work, no one knew, no one in CDU, because I used to work there, so I said anyway. They had the first responders dealing with it, intercepting the car. When they intercept the car, they got the playing cards, right? So I keep on asking these officers, okay, y'all, give me the information, let me document what y'all, okay, undetermined amount. I said, be on the phone, you understand? What is the amount? Undetermined amount. I said, you know what? Well, getting problems, let me deal with this. So I call my friend, my co-worker, who works in that section of the center. I get a matter right now, it's very active. I need y'all to go on Monday to this unit to this particular station, right? When he got there, he called his superior and they go out on that, right? So, you know this is kind of unorthodox. When you ever see the first responders talking about doing searches, they go on and even check the hotels where the people were staying, right? So before this got out of hand, the good thing is the person who's supposed to deal with it started to deal with it. Okay. So now I follow it up. I say, hey, what's the update? So they got the money. This person's like X amount of money, but they don't know how much they have, and they don't know how much they really have, right? So the money ain't even the issue. I said, okay. So now Monday morning, I said, so what's the update? So he's like, oh yeah, you know they kind of overworked because they doing so much training. I said, so what's the update? Yeah, we supposed to be calling Interpol because we didn't get a hit. I said, what you mean we didn't get a hit? So he said, we sent out into the bank to see what was suspicious over the weekend, but there's no complainant, nothing is missing. So obviously it's international accounts, they was taking the money off. You understand? So with that being said, with the international accounts, obviously the persons know they was doing something wrong. When they question them, it's like, we got instructions to get the money from these different accounts. So I'm asking you as the investigator, Interpol and already getting called, right? So you as the investigator, what you do now? You don't have a complainant. So I asked her, this is terrorist financing, right? You don't have a complainant. So it ain't like you're teaching the money. But all you know is you get these people who getting money off, and they literally withdrawing the maximum from each account. But you don't have a complainant. So what would you do?
There's a lot of stuff going on right now. First and foremost, you need to get an investigation. First thing they should have done is typically what they do, you have a senior officer.
And you have a lady in charge of it,
The
right?
person who dealing
Was
with
the
it.
senior officer?
Yeah, she got it.
Okay,
she was on it.
Okay, great. I know that.
I called Strong. I didn't know call
Dale
him
Strong.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I called him
Yeah.
from the get-go, right? And they on it. So it ain't even a matter of people being competent. It's just a matter of me being updated and me like, okay, listen, how far we get?
Is that a part of your duty to do this update? That's part of your report you have
Well,
to do,
at
or
that
what?
point, I was just a thing of controlling officer.
Okay, because
I mean,
it's
it's
like an
a
investigation, you don't want to give away too much. That's why police are tight-lipping it. Oh, we are at the initial stage.
No. The person that me kind of close. Like real talk, like obviously you know they had to go and check locally. Locally they got no head. We're still waiting back to see who else, like internationally the things came from. But I'm saying if you don't get a complainant in something like that, what would be your next step?
Well, if the person is following a lot of these blind cards, they got strips on it, more than likely you got information. You got to involve the data technology to see what's on those accounts. You could also go to Interpol, you have to do international searches. You could also go to FIU, so they can go by way of AgMod to the secure web, to reach out to see if this person is internationally known. They can do that in 48 hours. If the person is found with a large quantity of money, how did you, let's say anything over 10,000.
Yeah,
What's their status here? Are they residents? Are they
they
tourists?
just literally came for that trip to do this.
Okay, so good. We got some people that were foreigners now. What's
I'm
your
from
focus?
Colombia.
Oh Lord.
Okay,
Red
so-
flag, red flag,
So
red flag.
Yeah, you know, that's why I was so excited with the mod. I said, yeah, first Sarah, so nice and cases.
So you gotta do your international searches on them, and they found in possession of these cards, you need to, they blank cards to using them at ATM. That's right there, suspicion for a possible skimming or some scam going on. If there's large quantity of cash, let's say anything over 10,000, which is the reporting threshold. Now, how did you acquire these funds? What denomination is it? Is it local? Is it U.S.? Okay, what's the
Because
rationale for this?
they can withdraw U.S. funds
Yeah, you
from
can.
the ATM.
Yeah, you can do that. But I mean, how did you acquire these funds? Or you have blank cards. Typically, the bank will give you a blank card.
Unless it's
And then
temporary.
you just, and then maybe you can match the information against that person. You Hector Mendoza Garcia, but you're going on the account of Nicole Knowles. What's the connection? You have to do some basic investigation to see what can line up to connect the dots.
You ever heard about that case?
You gotta connect the dots. in that
Debbie
case.
came to us and she was training at the time, and she told us about the case of these Bulgarians.
That's the same matter. But those they were living on these.
Odis, and the condo, and they was in the little.
And they had all the stocks and money in the
Stocks and
bedroom.
money, yeah, all the
Yeah.
cards
If
and
I
everything
think
laid
you
out.
believe the girl who is checking is like.
It's a payment,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they I know.
What they
Where's those one?
I think some get away, they
Yeah,
caught up and
something.
they got away.
He in jail now.
So-
Paris.
So what they do now, let me tell you what they do.
It's one of those bonds?
Instead of using our machines to get our money, they come here, they get the information, and they go away and swipe the information away so they can't get charged in the Bahamas. Because they do my cards now. They get the information and they go away, make the cards, and take the money from abroad. So it's an international off jurisdiction case. So how do you charge them? That's what she said she was facing that.
No, I mean,
She said, by the time they get the money, they long gone.
yeah.
How you gonna find them?
But to take the sting of the
So
crime,
the
you take
bank
the
have
money.
to compensate.
Well, yeah. You wouldn't catch everybody, but of course, in that case, scenario right there, they'll have to do a lot of grounds.
That's what I'm trying to say. She said
It's
that
a lot of
it's a
stuff
lot.
without that.
And I don't think they're gonna go with the terrorist financing, especially all the money laundering, because it's gonna be too hard, not hard, but too much things to cover. So they may just go with the. Yeah.
You can't acquire assets. You can't say how you get it. Yeah, you got these cards, and there's enough suspicion to see
Definitely,
he was involved in some
I said I was
fraudulent
more excited than him.
That's the area you need to be in. That's where you find it.
I don't see it.
Unless
I don't get
stealing.
it. It can't be stealing without a complainant. That's why I expect them to be local accounts.
No, but the banks,
Well,
the banks will
it
find out,
depends on
but it's
the-
just they can't find eventually.
You need a complainant to steal a shit out. You need a complainant.
But the bankers will do their work.
Okay, there you go. All right, so the suspicion. So basically, we got an idea now. It's you have this, how they say that, gut feeling. But you ain't got nothing concrete about it. Just know she's have a lot of gut feeling. So you got the gut feeling, but you don't have nothing substantial. You know, nothing concrete. I just got this feeling, man. I know he's involved in it. Some examples. I had a suspicion that he was up to something. You ever hear women say that all the time? I don't know what it's. I hear them from some women, especially in my office. I got the spirit of discernment. I know he's up to something. I said, really? Only you got it? I mean, you hear some stuff.
So blessed.
You know, everyone, I got that. I know a lady who worked with me, I got this anointing. I know when people are in line say, really, man? Come on, man. Yeah, only but guys don't have it. Only women got the spirit. So, it is what it is. Because the spirit of it. And you ever hear this one? They had been fooling me all along, and I ain't got no suspicion. I know I was being fooled, right? But I just had this suspicion. I know he said he used to call me every night. And I don't hear from him now at least for 7 days. I mean, he come here, he was I have a suspicion he might, when he come, he only check me tonight. So I have a suspicion he may be caught in something else. Is that reasonable?
You knew.
You know?
He's in denial.
Anyhow, so another example, I had no suspicion that she only liked me for my money. Really? You didn't have a clue that she only loved you for the money? You know, I mean, you always picking up the bill and she like, oh, when you pay there, well, when you get there? The 23rd? Let's go. I said the
You don't
23rd.
have more than the 23rd.
And maybe that's enough to suggest.
The 23rd and the 24th.
Yeah. But preferably the 23rd because the 24th you may pay bills. Online. So yeah. So you gotta. So based on this stuff, you have an idea. They got feeling, stuff ain't lining up if it's outside of normal activity. That's really a rule of thumb. If it's outside, if you already establish a pattern, I pick you up at 3 p.m. every day. All of a sudden, I pick you up at 6, and I'm in a rush. And some other circumstances, boy, something You're right, you ain't talking much. We know we going with that. But you and I, they were suspicious. It's just a gut feeling without proof. Yeah? Great, so we looking good with that. What is a suspicious transaction report? Anyone here ever completed one? Well, I know you've done a couple of before. Ms. Knowles, you did one. Oh, well, there you go. You did one for your institution. You ain't got to call the name. Not even you. Okay. Not even one. You did several. So you're an expert on this right now. I don't know why you give you that call. But CYA, of course. I mean, sometimes you do your little defensive reply, and we know that. That's how you see sometimes when they come in. But it is what it is. So suspicious transaction report, the rule of thumb is this. Whenever an activity for a client or customer is outside of the norm, outside of their operation, normal operation, outside of their potential activity, and something that's outside of the pattern that they have established at account opening, and you don't have a satisfactory explanation as to what it represents, I don't know, or have supporting documentation, because it could very well be a one-off, you know, and they could say, oh, this is one-off that's outside, and oh, it's suspicious, and then they say, hey, it's suspicious, see, supporting documentation, this is what's happening.
But wasn't it important for the MLRO or whatever, basically to do, I mean, another full-out investigation, but, you know, try to find some, before actually submitting an SDR, to do a little investigation, basically?
I don't really say investigation as they call it analysis, more so than investigation. Investigation really involves when you start taking statements from people that are interviewing and all that. But if you do your analysis based on what information you would have, yeah, you based on what you have is reasonable. Let me give you an example. I have a client, John Doe. I'm looking at, we have a monitoring tool, and there was a trigger. The trigger said that, hey, you need to look at account X, Y, and Z. It was over the threshold. Potential activity of this client is, let's say, 10,000. Yeah, but then all of a sudden you see this activity for 100,000. So you're doing your analysis. You pull this file. It's specifying that the activity should be 10,000. You went over. What does this 10,000 represent? It's a wire coming from, let's just say, a high-risk jurisdiction. And the name of the remitter is a name that's a match on the, let's just say, UN watch list. Yeah? I can't confirm that, but it's the first, middle, and last name, but I don't have a date of birth. That is very suspicious. It's outside the norm firm, and it's in a high-risk jurisdiction. And he was basically just doing operation locally. So now you got a lot of stuff going on. You got a third party, you got a high-risk jurisdiction, someone who's possibly the subject of a high-risk watch list. So you got a lot of stuff going on that's outside the norm for the client. And on top of that, when the client was engaged, I asked him what it represents. He said something like, none of your business. Now, when you take all of that, this wasn't reasonable enough that I should complete a report. I got enough practice going on that I can go ahead and make a report. There's a lot going on right there. And on top of that, I ain't comfortable with the account activity anyhow, the way it's being operated. So based on that, I would draft a STR, suspicious transaction report, and submit it to the authorities. Based on that. And in addition, if I want to even go a little further, I can do a review of the account history. And I can say, okay, normal, 10,000 to 10,000 is a normal. Then all of a sudden I see a spike in activity. This is, you know, structurally going towards 100,000. You can't tell me what this represents. I don't know, high-risk jurisdiction coming in. You know, stuff like that. And that's just a generic example. So what is a suspicious transaction report? Basically, it's a piece of information which relates law enforcement. Because ultimately, you'll get law enforcement. You're the financial institution, you report it to the FIU where it's necessary, and where it's necessary from the FIU perspective, it goes on to law enforcement. Remember when I told you when I first met you guys, I said that my, I guess, career started off in reverse. I started off with the law enforcement, but it's now CDU, it's back CID, and from there I went to the FIU, then to the bank. But actually, how it's done is the bank, then the FIU, then law enforcement. So actually, I did my career in reverse.
background has actually prepared you to deal with.
Where you is.
Yeah.
So you know where the stuff going,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what you
yeah.
changes you need.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So you pretty much have a,
Yeah.
you know,
Even if it was done. So
I would say an upper hand.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. 'Cause I mean, when I was at the FIU, and when I went to the bank, I mean, I knew everyone there. They were like, oh, the interview was like almost like formality. When we was interviewed, they said, so how's things going on in the family? Alright, you watch the game down like, yeah, that was the first one. He's like, we didn't talk about this interview. I said, oh, that, yeah, you're straight. So then I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was let's finish talking the game. Then it was like, yeah, cool. He was hot. He was killing us. And it was like that. And you also, as an MLRO, you have to connect, especially with VACO. You can't operate in a silo. There are other MLROs out there, and it would be advantageous to get to know them because a lot of stuff, how we communicate, is not documented. Sometimes I can pick up the phone, call RBC, hey, I got a scenario over here. Oh, I was just thinking about the same thing. Or be on the lookout for this so-and-so, that name we got here. A lot of stuff is done by way of networking. So don't think everything is just, okay, I'm operating in the silo. They call me all the time and I say, listen, I'll run something by you. You ever hear what name is so-and-so? They say, okay, I'm listening. And true case, I got a call from a particular institution. I didn't call the name. And they called me and they said, hey, let me run a name by you. Tell me what you think. And I said, salt alert, this and that, and all that good stuff. He said, boy, he going to jail. What? Okay, you going on. Thanks. Now that's now on my radar. Wouldn't you know it, I got a call from AG's office, Attorney General's office. Hey, it's good to have contacts here too now. The magistrate will tell you, it won't hurt. Because they give you a heads up sometimes. He said, you never heard this name? And I said, I'm listening. You got my attention. He said, just put the name in your database and see what you come up with. What you got? No, what you got? You got an lot coming in. I say, okay. You got to be curious. At the same time, I saw the production order coming from the FIU, and I said, oh, shit, it's a live. It's good when you get those type of...
So how come we asked me and Police and FIU said to do the production order thing? So I work in the FIU, but I was an investigation. You could say production orders too.
Well, they would typically channel the information for intelligence purposes first. They go through FIU.
Okay.
Once they confirm through the FIU, so I wouldn't say it's a back door. Now it's confirmed that they got it, then they come to get it for evidential purposes. Because when they get it from the FIU, it's just intelligence.
Okay.
But now when it's time to go to court, they need actual evidence. Now this is what they need.
So, FIU have international connection? Because
Yes,
like when
they
we
do.
send international,
Yes, they
that's
do.
what I was wondering. Yeah, so
Because
you always forward it on
Not you all, I
to the
don't know.
relevant, well, they will forward it on to the relevant authorities because our lines are not payments, they follow.
yeah, but what they do, the FIU of the Bahamas is a part of the international body called Egmont, the Egmont group. Not them. When we got became a part of Egmont was in 2002. I think it was 2002. And we got on in Bahamas was we operating on all cylinders. We had a nice team back there. To get inside of Egmont, you need to be sponsored. You have to have a current member sponsor you to bring in, and they would have to do an assessment of you to bring you in. Yeah. So we had another territory did that for us, and then a year later, you know, Bahamas like sure. He
Yeah,
took
because I
over.
always say, people talking about sponsoring people.
We going on steroids because we showing because then after that first year, we had Ed Smith the other time. He's no longer he moved on to Nova Scotia, and we actually became the sponsor for all the Caribbean countries. We were the regional overseers, if you will. So everyone you want to get it, you got to come to the Bahamas. Because I remember going off to Trinidad to do an assessment, but they wanted to have an FIU and do a report. We brought in Trinidad, we brought in Jamaica, we brought in Turks and Caicos, Grenada, Belize. All of them had to come through the Bahamas. So they owe us. All of them. So we be like the big brother in the Caribbean. Yeah. So we know what a suspicion, these reports, anything that's outside of the norm, and you cannot get satisfactory explanation, or it looks to be really unreasonable, highly suspicious, I would suggest that you make a report to the FIU. And this particular form right here, we'll touch on this a little later. It's the form that's completed. It can be found online on the FIU's website, FIU.gov, but if you go to Google and you put in FIU Bahamas, it'll take you to their webpage, and you have a sample, you can just go and complete it. Yeah. So that's not hard to do. Just so you know, because we're talking about this suspicious transaction report. Did anyone get a chance to see the mutual evaluation report of July 2017 for the Bahamas? Oh, what? 2017. It's the report from C5.
No, we got the other one,
Okay, well if you would just Google it, so you can make a note. If you ever just Google it, mutual evaluation report Bahamas 2017. You can get a copy of it. Sorry, what? Speak? What? So it's online. So one of the findings I noted from that report, it says here, and I'm quoting them verbatim, the number of STRs filed by financial institutions is limited given the size of the financial sector and the diversity of activities. More emphasis should be put on guidance reporting and on the feedback provided to the reported STRs. So basically, you're a big hub, financial hub. You do have a lot of financial crime, but the amount of reports are so small, it suggests that, hey, it may say that you have all these trained persons who's with the MLRs and no one's saying nothing. When you do that in comparison with the amount of financial crimes, it just don't balance out. And this was a hit against us by the mutual evaluators in 2017. It was because the report came in 2017, so not like the opposite.
That's suspicious.
But this isn't unique to us.
No.
It's all through the Caribbean, you know. Because the argument was maybe better trained, be saying quality was not there to make the report, but they ain't falling for that. Yeah. So,
That's what Masashi did.
Yeah, I read that, you know. I don't know the same thing they said last year. You know,
but they've been saying that for quite some time. It is nothing shocking, you know. And then when you do, therefore you do get some reports. It's a lot sometimes just defensive filing, just say, you know, just send it just to cover us. Just say, sometimes they don't put no effort into it. They just say, you know, just in case. Just send it. Looks at it, and let's just send it. Just in case. So if they can't come back and say, well, why didn't you report it? I didn't report it. I just didn't give you all the facts. But it's something to cover yourself, basically. Those kind of reports. So we know what a suspicion. Disclaimer. No declare, right? Okay, so we know you have to file a suspicious transaction report as MLR. It's a legal requirement. No one else in the institution does that. It's the MLRO. So you can't tell the receptionist, hey, I had note to lunch. You get a chance, you could do a suspicious report on client John Doe. All the particular information right here, you know, appreciate that. I owe you one. Oh boy, you registered with the Central Bank, Securities Commission, FIU. You're the accountable person. Are you going to trust someone to do that for you? No, boy.
They don't have the personal information.
But they don't have the experience. And they're not registered and they're not accountable. They're going to tell you, yeah, but that's that word accountable. When somebody is accountable, they give you a half-hearted approach. Yeah, I did a good job, Mr. Taylor, and I already sent it in the mail. You ain't going to see it twice, but anyhow. Be writing all kind of footage on that.
And we can take it a bit further if we use some of what Mr. Bullard said and other persons. The MLRO, as you just said, is registered with the FIU and the SCB and all the rest of that. And then if you go and you have somebody do a report for you and it's not proper, then they say, well, what happened? Who's the MLRO?
Yes.
Then they put you on that list where you're banned and you're on the job forever. Plus, then they see something.
7 years. So I mean, you can't operate as a compliant MLRO, and then your credibility is shot. Because I mean, like. Some certain things functions. I mean, I have a good team at my institution, but guess what? Certain things, I just double check, triple check before. I don't be quick to sign off.
You can't delegate.
You know, mind you, you got some good staff who can do the work, but it's just that you wouldn't want to proof it, look it over before you put your John Henry on it, because once you sign that, it goes out. Your name is on the line. Their name is not attached to that. You know. I mean, the name is all you got for it. In this industry, you know, because everyone knows everyone is paying you an amount of it. So by that, they got you in 7 years. You was lined up. Oh. Yeah. You come back in 6 years. But right now, no, we can't take you on.
So STRs and SARs are the same
It's the
thing?
same thing, just a different name. Some territories use suspicious activity, some use suspicious transaction report. In the British territories, typically like to use STRs, suspicious transaction. More Americans, the SARs. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Laws and standards, those are stuff that we're governed by. Of course, your internal policies and procedures, but you got to be guided by regulations, best practice, policies. And of course, if you want to throw this money, common sense. Yeah?
Yeah, money.
But sometimes that'll save you too. Yeah, you gotta throw that in there sometimes, because everyone don't use that. Okay, so from the international standard, FATF, the Financial Action Task Force, their recommendation. Oh, you really recording too now. You gotta do that. So recommendation 20 coming from the FATF, we call the FATF that for sure. If a financial institution suspects or has reasonable grounds to suspect that funds or proceeds of criminal activity or conduct or related to terrorist financing, it should be required by law to report promptly its suspicion to the FIU, the local financial intelligence unit. And the rule of thumb for us here in the Bahamas within 48 hours. Yeah? You don't need a whole week. And because it's just suspicion, they ain't asking you, but they ain't asking you to know for a long investigation. Whatever you could do within 48 hours, just to cover basic stuff. Yeah? Because you have the suspicion it was aroused. You need more than 48 hours to put that right. You know, because they can also follow up with a production order, or they need to liaise with you. They can do that and follow up to get more information. That's why they have the production order powers. Yeah. So get the initial suspicion out. You know why? Money is moved fast. I suspect that the magistrate can move this money soon. He may be involved in so and so. You gonna tell me that, and then you're gonna report it to me like a week later. Because it's nothing to stop you from him engaging in doing activity. The county ain't frozen, there's no restraint. So you can't just say, oh, they ain't gonna process it. That's another issue. It's an internal issue. You can't do that. So get the FIU involved as soon as possible. Yeah? At least within 48 hours of your suspicion. Yeah? Okay, so that was the international standard. Countries and financial institutions, once you have reasonable suspicion, yeah? You suspect that the funds may be a part of criminal conduct, then you will want to report it. By doing that, as the MLRO, you would have met your legal obligation, you know. All you need to do is make that little report, every form, complete that, send it off, they acknowledge your receipt, that's it. You covered. No issue. It is an issue where you had the suspicion. You sat on it, you didn't make a report, yeah, for a long time. And on top of that, you don't even have a policy or procedure in place if you don't report. There should be something in place if I decide not to report this to cover myself. Make a note, put a minute there and say, this is why this suspicious report was not filed. And it should be documented. Yeah? You should have a record at the MLRO. So if the auditor come by and say, hey, looking at this, or central bank come in to do an on-site examination, they look at your reports, and it's okay, I want to see all your STRs that you filed, the ones that you didn't file. Why didn't you file this one? I'm covered. This is why. Because I went back to the customer, he was able to provide me with supporting documentation to satisfy my concerns. That's why it's documented. Covering yourself. Any auditor who want to test the function to see why you didn't make a report. Make sense? I guess that's your job. So you ain't like, oh, I gotta go ahead and why that's your job. That's what you're getting paid to do. You know, a lot of MLRs fall into that trap. And if the regulator come in, they can write you up for that. Yeah. So ain't nothing hard, you know. They don't care you write no book. Some little bullet points, yeah. You don't care what kind of font you use. And then just put it on file, yeah? Copy yourself.
You said the STRs, that goes to the law enforcement, yeah?
The SPRs go to the FIU, and they will make a call. Like, just like how you would make a call if staff internally come to you and say, this is suspicious. By way of your internal process, okay, you now document it.
Right.
If you deem that to be suspicious enough,
Right.
go on to the FIU.
Right.
They will look at it, and it's suspicious enough, then they will send it on to Commissioner.
So go from there to how we get like accounts frozen and stuff and things like that.
Okay, if, let's say a report was made, then all of a sudden you get some instructions from the client saying, you know what, I want to close the account, send this money now to another territory,
Mhm.
and send it to so-and-so. But a suspicious report is already made. The fact that you already made a suspicious report around the activity in this account,
Mhm.
you need to let the FIU cover yourself. Because
Right.
you don't want to go ahead and say, you don't make the report,
Right,
and the FIU acknowledge, hey, we're going to look into this. And then you go move the money.
right,
At the end of the day, it all comes back down to money, you know. You can't just say, okay, the money gone.
yeah.
Or at least alert them and say, this person has made a request. Do you have any issue or any interest in this money, or you, where are you in your analysis? They say, you know what, don't do anything. We're telling you right now, they can verbally tell you, do not do anything on the account.
I want to ask you, y'all, to some flag or something for y'all to know, just take account on the investigation.
Once, for us, well, we put something on it. We put called close monitoring, the automated tool. So anything, any activity on the account, will trigger an alert for us. We know, okay, this is alert coming from that report. Okay, we monitoring everything.
To the,
You know.
the person who, the catchers and stuff, they wouldn't be able to catch it until they consult with y'all.
It all depends.
Then you could put a block on it.
You could put we could put blocks on it, we could put
Yeah,
memos on it. It
warnings.
depends on, you know, especially if a high jurisdiction may be involved in another jurisdiction. If it's local, we may not. But we put that in the FIU's head, hey, we're making this report to you, but there's a possibility that money's gonna be moved. So we always leave that room open, so if we have to call them and say, hey, you remember that account with J-Lo? But we do the flags on the, we do have those. So when the little fella go and the flag pop up, you have to get what's called an override. So you gotta have one of your managers or supervisor come and say, and they'll see the note saying compliance, and check with us twice. So if they authorize that, that's on them. So someone being held accountable. So she's okay, we'll override it. So tell them all.
So normally that only is be like after you come back and say, okay, yeah, we are interested, or from y'all say, okay, something that should.
No, if we do have that, we have stalled tactics too. We have internal stuff we do. Because if we know for a fact that, I don't get in trouble, I don't call no names. That's the thing I gotta do. So certain business, locally last year I was involved in a quote-unquote Ponzi scheme. A lot of people went to go get their monies. The place is located somewhere on, I know, Carpet. Yeah. So I made the call, you know, put a block on the accounts. Because the person went to one of our branches, said they want to get money. So, and I said to myself, well, just once then there's like people knocking on the door. They people know, when come out, give these people their money. You come here trying to get money up. I said, brother, they like it. So, yeah, a lot of scholar tactics, you know, like, oh, well, the system down. But I can't get the money in the bank. What you know that? Yeah, you don't do that. So anyhow, that's not in here, but we're looking at that. So I'm stalling. Go to the FIU, they say, look, yeah, be interested in that. And they say, okay, they can do administrative freeze. They can do just a matter of them drafting a letter. They can verbally tell you, hey, restrain the account for 72 hours, for 3 days. And that don't include holidays and weekends. So they once they verbally tell me that I know it'll be followed by a letter, whether it's scanned, email, or however I get it, I will get that from instruction from them. And if it's the point where they want to do some investigation, probably looking at criminal prosecution, they can go to the AG's office and go before Supreme Court and get a further indefinite. But we also, beyond that, they have more powers than FIU. After the 3 days exhausted, they can come back. Once the commissioner recommends, they can get 5 more days, additional days. Once the commissioner requests that. So you got another 5 days to play with. So you don't want to use. Sorry?
Did they charge that, the people? Yeah, what happened? Like you said, was on the news.
Well,
I remember seeing
put it
it.
like this.
I know that's not true.
Yes, they
The
had a
first
video.
thing that she's ever been involved in, that ain't the first time.
But she opened up a shop or something lately? Or waffles place or something like that?
That's all?
On
Shopping
mine,
auditorium?
that's all?
Oh my God. I
But
see
you know,
those, I see it advertised.
that's the
Oh,
business
very
woman
good.
right there.
Boy, Chamberlain, that's where that money gone. I was on the bus, I was on.
I've seen so many, I
How
remember,
old she is?
one of the things that, Chronicles ain't stupid, one of the things most financial
I saw it on
institutions.
the police. I thought it was.
Yeah, but, one of the things that,
You know me.
It tastes good.
It's like breakfast.
yeah, you get it in any.
Trust me, when you eat that chicken, it doesn't
I also got that, but what I was saying with
Marvel
the,
Line said another 3%.
yeah.
Just saying. See, sorry, you go first, then I'll.
No, you go first. Forget to be damn good.
No, what you're saying all makes sense, and I appreciate it, but my mind is trying to get to a question. You talk about not doing the STRs to put you in position, you know, so file them, etc. And you know there's always tipping off and other things that legislation provides for. But I was just wondering about over inundation of STRs.
That's where the MNR come in, the expert. You can look at it and say, based on this right here, my experience and my expertise, I can say that this is a quality SDR.
Okay.
It's reasonable.
Okay.
So you're the expert. You make that call. If it's many, because some institutions, big institutions, is it many going up? Because I've made many, some weeks or some months they're slower than others. And you know in the big institutions, you know the commercial banks, you see some stuff and you're like, okay, this one gotta go. This one, no, I can justify that, put a note why it shouldn't go. It all depends. On small institutions, the volumes may not be there. You may have one in a year.
Right, okay.
But in an institution like where I'm at, you can see a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
You don't want to do a reactive thing, you know, where like all of a sudden the report in the MER is saying, oh, tons of suspicious activity reports. You know,
No, I don't think it'll ever get to that. And one thing with the FIU, I can tell you from experience, they never turn down intelligence.
Right.
And it's confidential.
Right, okay.
No one knows about this scenario outside of the person who may have reported it to the MLR or you face with the organization
Yeah.
and the FIU.
Gotcha.
So that's confidential. That's why staff, once they make a report, they end of it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, they've met their obligation.
Right.
You're the face.
Right, okay. Makes sense.
There you go. Morning. So you're the face of the organization. Anything go wrong, they come looking for you. If the bad guys need to bump someone off, they come looking for you. You're the person at the institution. So even though staff funnel that information into you, they never mention you. You're the person.
Gotcha.
Because I had to go give it. I was called before too. But I am going to do it, but it comes with the job, you know. It is what it is. From the Bahamas perspective, we talk about the international perspective with the FARC recommendation 20 saying you got to do this. And of course, when FARC say you got to do it. It's never woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's the international standard. So when you hear the big, that's the G20 countries. When they say this is what you got to do. So we could say all we want. Oh, we're not going to do that. We'll push back. Next thing you hear legislation being passed, and this is what we do. Financial Transaction Reporting Act. Part 3, Section 14 states, shall, as soon as practicable, after forming that suspicion, report that transaction or proposed transaction to the FIU. So you got the international community, the Standard Bearer saying this is what FIs, the financial institutions, all countries should do. It's trickled out locally. Now this is what our legislation is saying. You shall, as soon as possible, practicable. So they ain't never say maybe or let's debate it. Once you form this reasonable suspicion, yeah. Yeah. It never woulda, coulda, shoulda, it's must. Yeah.
That's actually the point because in England they just released a regulation or legislative change that said that the beneficial owner register must be, put on file at company's house and all the rest of that.
Yeah.
And then the Cayman Premier said, never gonna happen in
I know, because we just had a conversation yesterday with the public registry that's gonna be proposed. It was proposed by the US in their report of 27, and then all of a sudden we see will be passed.
Right. But he's saying that to save face, obviously, because the Premier pop up his chest. But he knows as soon as they go for that could be right on their books real quick. That's the overseas territory anyway. So that's even more direct than us.
Yeah. So, you can talk all you want. I was smiling at the MPs or the members. high citizens, oh, we're not gonna do that. Cause see, United States think they can do that.
Yeah, they don't.
You finish?
They get
You
schooled.
finish? And I always say to my team, do you want to operate in US dollars?
Thank
Exactly.
you. Continue.
That's the currency of commerce. So in North America, we need them. So maybe you hear somebody, oh, they can't just come and force fucking us. CRS on us. Really? Really? You want to be a part of the international financial sector? What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Comply.
You all don't grow nothing.
You can comply.
You all don't make
Thank
nothing.
Just like, how could Trump tell Kim whatever to get ready nuclear things, right?
Yeah.
Because he got the big nuclear weapons.
Of course. You
That's
got who
like,
wields the big stick.
Thank
Uh-huh.
You know, if you got on the basketball, the court, and the referees,
Mhm.
where else you gonna play?
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Also note that no civil, criminal, or disciplinary proceeding shall come against any person who make a report in good faith. So if the MLRO, he made his professional judgment, I think it's suspicious. And if it was done in good faith, it wasn't done malicious, oh, client so and so, I don't like that one. Once it's done in good faith,
That's the answer. That's what I was looking
yeah,
for.
once it's done in good faith,
Yeah.
you're covered. You're in safe harbor, they like to call it. Yeah?
Because you freezing somebody's account for 3 days,
Mhm.
automatic, just because the verbal say don't do nothing to that account,
Mhm.
and it actually isn't suspicious. Well, let me take that
Well,
back. Nothing is happening
Yeah,
that's illegal.
yeah,
You could be in a situation.
yeah. But then you're covered here.
Exactly.
Yeah, once it's done in good faith, they make sure I put that in there in the law, good faith. So, okay.
That's
So,
oh, yeah.
oh,
Just
you do. You do have some there, and some of that comes from training too. It could be lack of
Exercise.
training and,
Yeah. the judgment.
Yeah.
You ever get spike?
Um,
Is it schools? Is it schools? And person
I haven't seen any done on spite. I know some people do a lot of defense because everyone is not a quality MLR. I hate to say that. Because initially, when we started the FDRA and all that, said you have to have an MLRO and all these financial institutions. People are using receptionists, they say you want to be MLR. All you got to do is make a report area. And some people just, okay, they're just practicing or they're saying stuff like crazy. But after a while, you start to see the quality. When you the creation of BACO, Social and Compliance Office, they say, hey, no. This is the international standard. This is what they're looking for. This is what you should be trained to. You start to see the more quality people. Because, let's be real. I mean, all pilots are not great pilots.
That's true.
You have some good ones and you have some great ones.
Like the Bahamas, yeah, Bahamas.
Yeah, but they still got in, yeah. But I mean, there's some
Yeah, the
good
great
ones and there's some
ones.
great ones. Yeah?
You want to see that?
Yeah,
That is a bunch of foolishness, bro. Man, coming at this and he documenting.
Bahamas, that big one.
And they deny it?
No, they didn't deny it. They came out saying on the news.
Oh.
So we always trying to deny it. But Bahamas at least.
Information. Say, this person got to call that person and the information
It
comes
was
in
in the
the
air.
2 delay.
And Bahamas had the sun to it. I think they was on screen too. Meet.
But that was the air traffic control?
No. See, there wasn't in the vicinity of air traffic control. They was already in airspace, so I don't know if something was too low, too high.
Some pilots, yeah, they say that other flights coming in.
Somebody say he see that plane come through when he was dead.
Yeah, 300,000 dead. Yeah.
Air traffic control problem. Which air traffic control though?
It's between the two.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because then after once we leave our airspace, the U.S. take over or something?
No, they was
Once
in,
we go out a certain
they was still in our
thing,
airspace.
oh.
Because there was a flight between
So it's still
Ilufra
called
and
lockdown to air traffic control then.
Well,
They still ducking
I don't
there,
think we
Mr.
should
Taylor.
take
That's the
that
answer to your
full
they was,
question.
Yeah,
they was still in the airspace.
They said that it's
Airspace. They
got
was
some good
already
ones.
out on air
And
traffic.
you got some
What you
great
say?
ones.
Yeah.
It's
What they said on the news.
Yeah,
Yeah, all them, yeah.
you know how you supposed to fly, and they know how you're supposed to fly. Never should be on the same bar.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody did.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody
you
did.
just make sure people
And then Lord, I'm drop a vibe at it. You know, this one say, okay, you know what?
You
You
do
do
the
vibe,
drop
the
a
vibe,
vibe
you
and
drop a little bit. Yeah.
It's fine.
It's so much things in there.
But just to refocus you for a minute, I think that it's very good that the MLRO, etc., is approved and all the rest of it. Because like you said, secretaries, whomever, because they cost a lot of money. quite frankly, you know, to have somebody in that position dealing with such an important role. So a lot of businesses didn't have that financial. All of a sudden, it was an imposition placed on them. I'm a small business. I have to hire an MLRO. I got to have an accounting firm to come in and do all these audits.
But initially, the salaries for the MLRs was a joke back then because
Right.
they always thought it was nothing serious.
Exactly.
Until like the regulator starts saying, okay, you know how serious this is.
Yeah.
And then the people said, well, I don't really want to take that on. And he had start talking about jail time and sanctions. They said, well, I don't want the headache. So they say, to attract the quality people. So
Exactly.
they said, well, okay, let's throw some money at some folks.
Right.
And they were under the misconception that just being an attorney make you a good MLRO.
Right.
Because you can know the law, but you may not be as voiced in compliance. You know? And they just, oh, just get a lawyer. And some of them would not be better.
True.
You know?
There's
I'm sorry.
Like everything else, you know.
What do you think about this? You know, we're doing the CRS filing, right? So we setting up the CRS forms. And you know, some clients that are actually editing the forms. Yes, because you know, you send it in PDF, you could edit PDF. So they went and take out certain portions of it. You know, certain portions where they don't want to fill. This, oh, no, these international,
Okay, great.
international clients. So now we're in a situation we got to go back and send them the same form, and they know what they're doing. These are attorneys.
Yeah.
They are very, it's so serious. So now we don't know when this process can finish because we send in these clients forms 3 and 4 times, and they are literally editing the form because they don't want to put in certain information. And now you have a lot of said, another said just close it. But it's still too late because we still have to report. So you could close now, we still got to report you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
Confidentiality. That word, does it really exist in the Bahamas anymore?
No.
It's all the words confidential, no one would know, but not really. Because I mean, because you got FATCA, you got CRS, you got the MLATs, you got the TIAs, you got the FIU, you got the beneficiary registry coming on stream. I mean, like, really, what is confidential? And we don't know what else is going to come out in that. So,
I mean, you can still, as an attorney, you can still enforce your client, whatever, but as soon as it offends anything to do with any of that legislation, you got to open the gates. So it really isn't. I mean, there's always a way of circumventing.
yeah.
But, what was I going to ask you? Oh, no. What in the world, like, why, if you can edit PDFs, that used to be the secure form.
no, you can edit PDFs
Yeah,
now.
I know, but why?
Even this in PDF.
You might as well send it in
you
Word
can edit.
now. It's like a joke.
Yeah, they edited it. They are literally editing it.
Because they have software that can edit.
Yes.
Yeah, but I would have thought when
You
they
can edit
opened the software to be able to edit, you would have then come up with something else that says, this is uneditable.
You 2 years behind.
I do.
Yes. You can even edit this online.
No, I know I had a client once tell me, he was like, can you send me this PDF that in an uneditable form? I'm like, you can edit my PDF.
Yes.
That
And
was
only
about 2
because
years ago. I was like,
only
what
because
the
we're
hell?
making sure that they filled it up to its entirety, like we're doing a reasonable check. That we noticed.
That something was
Yes, so
changed.
now every form you literally have to
Craziness.
And then if it's not done correctly,
send it back.
So in the reporting line, that's what we did on track here. That was nice for the Bahamas. So reporting suspicions to the MLRO. This is every financial institution should have their inner mechanism. How the information is going to come to the MLRO. That person is designated. Reporting line should be short as possible. The reason being, if I have a story to tell to Ms. King at the bank there, and if it got to go through 4 different persons, you know the message can be a little different. By the time you get to the back of the room, you've all seen those experiments before.
Yeah.
The person came in $100,000. It was outside of his activity. He said he was going to a friend. Now that information goes to 10 people in between. So now you can imagine at the end. The money came from the treasury. It was 100,000. There was a police chase. 2 were killed. One was wounded. And I was like, I ain't never said all that. How that fire get in there? So the lines, the communication line should be as short as possible. In the ideal situation, should be direct. You know, you go directly to the MLRO, whether it's a form that you could complete, or you give them that verbal report. Yeah? The reporting requirements and procedures should be communicated to all staff. So you can't plead ignorance. I didn't know you're supposed to report those money. I didn't know that. That ain't policy. It should be communicated. The MLRO, it's a part of your function to let staff know, hey, there's suspicious behavior outside of the norm. You need to engage and advise compliance. Yeah? Because we're the experts in what to do. You don't know what to do. And of course, we need to be aware. The MLR signs off on all reports. Ain't no one else. Don't tell someone, hey, sign up for me. I can be late, I got a lunch appointment, so you sign up for me or whatever. And I made a joke with this in the past, but you're being paid 80% of the time for your signature. Because you will tell folks come to you, oh, you're the MLR or compliance, I just need to sign off on this account be open. You ain't read it, no problem. Once your signature's on that means you vetted that onboarding exercise. And you are comfortable that it was done. So all they want is your signature. I got plenty requests on them. Say, let's get you a sign right here. You see it before, right? You ain't gonna stop, just sign right here, just form right here, here's the pen. I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying. You had those type of stuff happen before. You know, on a busy day, somebody sign right here. So we go open the account. We need the money coming in from Switzerland. All you hear is account. So, rule of thumb, read the item before you sign up. You know, and trust is not a control. Not because I trust someone, whatever's in there, I can take his word. I trust him. Yeah, and they like to intimidate you in these big account opening documents. Oh, so you wouldn't want to go through all of that. Just need your signature there and the sign right there. No, trust is not a control. So I trust everyone. But boy, when you're back against the wall, shoot me on your own. The accountability for all reports, these suspicious reports, passed on to the FIU, and those set aside, the ones that you're not going to report, and which we document, rest with the MLRO. Can't stress this enough. Put them in a secure place. Everyone in the building, everyone who works with you should be privy to seeing all this stuff. Yeah? Fireproof cabinet, whatever. You don't just leave them on your desk and the janitress comes in, shall I go like, okay, this way, okay, you suspect so and so, and you I know one business. Yeah? I'm just trying to maybe because subconsciously because that was the last.
Waffles and chicken, right?
Waffles and chicken. So, well, it's still early, man. We can send you the line marks when it open. So the reporting line, we can send you, but they're not a movie. So the reporting line, again, should be short as possible. You should have policies and procedures that make staff aware that the MLRO should be the contact person. The MLRO should sign off, and not anybody. But the accountability for all reports lies with the MLRO, and that also includes the safety of these reports. And it's not accessible to all and sundry. Yeah. The MLR's role in relation to the STRs, again, the principal objective of the MLR is to act as the focal point. You're the point person. You cannot pass that on to anyone else. Even when you go on vacation, it's good sometimes when you have a deputy. Someone's confident to say, okay, let's be real, you gotta take vacation. Or you may get sick. Yes, you have to have that. Like, oh, well, if I get knocked down today or tomorrow, I got two other persons who just as good, who could step in. You know, hopefully I'll leave it at 2 weeks. Who could hold on for at least 2 weeks with me or whatever. You know? So the MLRO is the focal point for the institution. The MLRO undertakes to ensure that integral reviews of all suspicions in light of all available information and determining whether or not the suspicion is of adequate substance to send on to the authority. So you're going to be doing the assessment. Yeah? What information should be captured in the STR? This is the STR form. But what information should be captured in it? I have some bullet points here that guide you. Oh, you ain't got to write down all of it.
This is an official form?
Yeah, you can go online at the Bahamas government page under FIU tab. You can actually download it. You can populate with the information. What information should be captured? The report normally includes, but not limited to, the following: where the transaction took place. Yeah, the transaction took place in Bahamas, the branch. Yeah, it took place in another jurisdiction, and monies were transmitted to locally to wherever, whatever. Yeah, basically with the STI, you're telling a story. Yeah, but with a lot of facts. We don't want you to start off with all this long, drawn stuff. You want it to be short, concise, facts. You tell your story.
You send the form first, and then you send the information after. Or when you send this form, you have to send this form along with your
Well, this is, once you get this form, it's more than likely, I can tell you from how I operated when I was there. Once I receive this form, then I will come behind with a production order. But if you do send the form along with supporting documentation, there's no penalty. Either way would be acceptable.
You send e-copies and then the hard copies follow? You do that?
No, they want, I mean,
You need
is
just
it
some
safe?
time?
Is it safe? I mean,
That's-
is it accepted? I mean,
that's
if
questionable.
you fax it,
Uh-huh.
it'd be better if you were to fax it, call them. If you have that relationship with MLR, I mean, sorry, the FIU, Nathaniel Taylor's head of analysis over there. You say, hey, Nat, send us.
Sound like that,
Sorry?
right?
No. Interesting enough, I worked with him all those years, and then we were trying to buy our properties. And he got his property, and I go into this place down East Street South. I said, I want that property right there. And I said, okay. Started building my little low-cost home. And opened my back door. Who do you think was my neighbor? I said, damn, boy, I can't get from around you. No, so it is what it is. You can't get a revelation from certain people.
I would have thought faxes, they're,
But the best thing to do is hand to hand. Just because the hand delivered is the best form, I mean, acceptable. It depends on the urgency.
that's what I'm saying.
I always think of the urgency, you can actually call.
Right.
So at least they know it's coming. So he may say, okay, hey, Nat, I got something here. I want to send to you right away. Let me give you the background on it. He may tell you, hey, you know what? Fax it. I'll accept. We already had a verbal commitment. It's faxing until I get the actual hard copy. That's cool. At least he would be made aware. Yeah?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So it depends on the urgency.
Yeah, 'cause that every second counts.
Every second counts. And I was under the gun several occasions where the client was like, hey, I need my money now.
Mm-hmm.
I need the closest down now. And okay. And the people in the business, they call me, what do I do? I say, this is my word to you. Our computers are not working properly right now. We have IT looking into it. It's going to take another couple hours, another 5 hours. It's building closed, but I say, yeah, you're so smart. Have a nice day. So by the next day, I've already spoken to FIU, the restraint is in place, and if necessary, they'll say, okay, you can advise the client, there is a restraint from the FIU. So it's not my thing.
Right.
So that takes me off the hook.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to stall no more. I danced around some transactions. People came in, I need to get my money. I need it now. It's, so we had a little glitch. We had 3 persons with the same name as yours, and there were some errors in the system. We're trying to clear that up. Unfortunately, it's going to take another 2 hours. I mean,
You know the problem?
I'm not lying.
You have staff.
I don't call it lying.
It's not.
I call it being creative when dealing with a
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
Borderline lie. But
You know, it just sounds like you have staff telling the clients, oh, even the email them international compliance.
Compliance,
It's the
yeah.
compliance.
Training.
It's the oh.
common sense.
Yes.
They
Please
call
tell
my
me
name
Mr.
for
Klein
everything.
is calling names.
Yeah,
Then you got
they
the
call my
clients
name for
contacting you,
everything.
calling the bank or emailing. What's going on? No, these intelligence is offshore. These are relationship managers.
Girl, don't do it.
Yes, girl, it's
Not
the
relationship
compliance.
manager.
Yes. Listen here, you don't know, girl. We
Yeah.
ready to
Do
kill
it.
it. But see, a couple of the Swiss, they're not, so that culture,
Yeah.
big Swiss. They make these international, you may hear me doing this, these tomorrow, so a lot of them don't really care. A lot of them, who cares? And they speak in English, blah, 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 blah.
All you need is compliance.
All you
Thank
need
you.
to say is no immigration card.
Hey, no.
I always just tell them that. I
Labor
pull out my passport in the tail.
You call
Only one
labor.
us can survive, and that's
Thank
the
you.
Benin.
Yes.
I don't know where to
Take them
go.
on them,
Because no, some of them have they terrible,
disgusting.
they foul.
They will. What? Y'all don't know. We just
I'm trying anyone else can survive it.
Effectively,
Where did the transaction took place? How the transaction started? Because we don't want you to start. Whether you open the account back in 84, you don't need to go that far back. You know, I need to know when that started being suspicious, or this particular instance that highlighted or aroused suspicion. I don't need to go way back. You know, when you ask someone, tell me your life story. Well, I was
born in
born on a
PMA.
farm. It was a winter of '62. I don't need to know all of that. I need to know because you interview for a job. I don't need to know.
But you could mention that this person has this account with you and their partner, and you could say when.
Of course, that would be spelled out in here because there's a section for that. But in terms of that summary, you know, with the it's already there, so you ain't really got to repeat it twice as such. But some people, they just try to put so much words and they ain't really saying much. You ever saw something you were reading it and you're like, when they can get to the point? You know? Or even when you're after reading it, what was the point? Yeah? How the transaction was completed, or was the transaction completed? Or was it an attempt? Yeah? The account information, you would include that in there. You could have something short. Nicole knows. Established this relationship on the 10 of the 10 of the 10. It was a savings account, sole account, potential activity within the range of X, Y, and Z. Something like that, yeah? Short, something short. No book. You know, so you can get all that in one sentence. You know? Who conducted the transaction in this particular suspicious scenario? You need to know who doing it. Because you could be the account holder, but there could be a third party involved. Include any organization, any individual on whose behalf it was conducted, again, third party, because every transaction is not for the account holder, it's for the benefit of a third party. Why the activity was suspicious? That's where a lot of people miss it. They don't say why, like it was outside of the operation, account opening mandate, or it exceeded the potential activity, or it involved a high-risk jurisdiction, or there was negative news in the press that was perhaps related to this activity, perhaps. What was the suspicion? People just say, it appears suspicious.
That's funny, because that should be the easiest question. That's the thing
that is the most. A lot of people, they know why, but put it in words. Yeah, they can't transmit that or describe that. A lot of people can't do that. Some people are excellent. They can talk you to death. They can tell you, oh, yeah, all right, come back to me and write on this corner. Need that form? Yeah. Put it in the summary. A lot of voices can't do that. And that's a challenge for some. And of course, with your MLRO, it's always the right thing. Because some people are good at talking, maybe you need to be in sales or marketing. But when you tell them that you need to document stuff and they need you to do a lot of drafting and writing, they say, boy, I used to get a lot of C's. I ain't doing that. You really want to give me that task? I'm talking to that now. How do you write a quality report? It all depends. You know, if you stick to the bullet points there and the W's, of course. Structure and logical format. Have you ever watched a movie halfway into the movie, and then you got to figure out to the end?
Yeah,
like, you know, when you got to, let's say you have a IMAX, Miss Nicole. We may send you the IMAX. We send you the IMAX, but your husband, who's always a slot, he always late. Not that he is. He's late for everything. But every time you all go to the movie, it's always halfway through the movie. So halfway through the movie, you got to figure out, well, how this happened or whatever. At the end of the end, okay, she was vindicated, but you missed the first introduction of these characters and what led up to this. You know, everything was like a climax. You got to build up to the climax, but then you missed the first section of the movie. So don't you hate that? Oh, yeah. The same thing applies with the report, because some people will say, okay, and this is how it happened, and the money was received. Okay, well, you're missing something. The relationship was established. I mean, you know, was it outside the parameters? Build up to what's going on here. What did he do wrong? But you just started, yes, he received the money. But something missing, man. You know, it got to be in a logical form. Or they may have, he got the money and everything. Then they start at the very end. He established a relationship back and so. That's a damn. It's sort of disjointed. Yeah, you ever read something and it just didn't line up? And you gotta ask the person, maybe you put this here and that. Some people may get offended, but you know, they gotta line up, you know, do it in good order. Yeah? Include relevant information. They could say a lot of stuff, a lot of words, but he ain't really saying them. Empty. Empty. You know? That's like eating a bag of cheese doodle. Not nutritious. Get out. Yeah, so I'm just saying. Hit on the 5 W's. Who involved? What? Why? When did it happen? Or where did it happen? spend again? What you keep laughing at? What?
He's so hungry, man.
Okay, we ain't gonna talk about food.
No more
No
food
more
and
food.
The chicken and waffle line.
Yeah. Shabbat like
Now you talking about cheese. No more food references,
But my
please.
sister talked about it for sure. That's in there.
So let's get through this so we can get you some bamboo shak. Bamboo shak or bips. How that's that? Everyone get
Bamboo jack on right?
You think guys make magistrate money?
We paying for that signature to get that signature to pay out.
So just remember the W's. So the who's involved, what took place, why did it take place, when did it take place? Because you need to have dates and times. Because when they come back with production, are they looking for time frames, periods? So they don't have to get from inception of the account to the present day. They're looking for that moment in time. So you gotta get important the W's. Who, what, why, when did it happen, and where did it take place? Did it happen in this jurisdiction or another jurisdiction? Yeah? So you get the 5 W's and you will be good. That's the basics. It is also helpful again with chronological sequence. We know that. Should be in order. So it isn't disjointed. And if anytime you think about that, just think about Miss Nicole knows that, hey, she's always late for the movie. I want to see the beginning of the movie. Hell, I want to see the previews. Yeah? So I need to know what's coming next. Basically, that's what the previews is. So you need to know the preview. Leave out the jargon. There's sometimes that goes vary from place to place. My boss like to do that. She say, Randy, could you send the MDH for the E212 and the whatever? And could you do that ASAP? Everything with her, she don't like the words. I don't know why. I mean, God gave us words. But she, everything for her, she is, you know, TTYL. And I was like, really? No, she's but everything with her, she just like, you know, she just send you something everything.
I didn't have to find out. Just that's on the whole another.
It
So
is.
much. Literally, when I read some of these things, I'd be like, where the key? But some people just
Oh,
forget.
Yes.
They have more abbreviations than us.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you're not in that field or you from even institutions, you have some just unique to us. And she's asked me something like, hold on one second with the phone, we're like, hey, you don't know what the ATJ is? They're like, you don't know what that is? She's so slow. And then they tell me, I come back like, oh yeah, I'm looking at the ATJ. I'll get back to you on that. So, did you go to ICBS and look at the I-20? One second. She's saying something now with the eyes. Tell you what, come in here and sit down this meeting with me. And don't say nothing. You're the fly on the wall, and I'll put her on mute when necessary. Because some things you just that's just the number.
I get that, but I'm trying to figure out if there's some way for me to now, because you have no, you assume that I have something you cannot prove anything.
You know, assume I come in there with a warrant.
They come in one, two, and I want to get them all.
I come in there with a warrant, and the police trigger the suspicious.
I understand you need a warrant.
Okay, so I have a question, and if you don't have a warrant, could you still come?
How much money is there? Pay the body.
If I suspect you got a firearm, I need a warrant.
Or anything? If you come
You
to
trying to get a new sofa back? You want who you can complain
No,
to?
I'm
everybody's
saying
Who you can complain to?
if there is any, because I know the judge issued a warrant.
I don't have to go to the judge. I could get a JP to sign off.
That's what I'm trying to say. You're there legally.
Yeah.
So now, is there any legal way for me to now say to you all, okay, look here, you all accused me of this, you all felt you had reasonable evidence or whatever to come and search my home, you all search my home, search everywhere, all my property, you all found nothing.
Same people who make this, the same person who make this complaint, the same people who do the search warrant. You think they can say, okay, we can pay you, but
It is interesting though. I know a situation recently
I think they should be.
where
they don't have a separate independent body. This is okay.
because the way the business operated, it wouldn't normally be closed, but it was closed. And the drawer was open, which is the normal thing at the end of the business closing.
Yeah.
Somebody reported to the police that they saw a suspicious car on the lot and the place was closed, and someone else say someone was on the roof. Police came over, saw the drawer open, place closed, thought maybe there's a hostage situation. broke open all the glass and the door and everything like that, rip open the roof and all this kind of stuff, right? Come to find out the place was just closed. And the car that was there had just broken down a few days before and hadn't been moved yet. Bunch of damage caused by the police. They ain't paying for it because they responded to something that was suspicious.
And the next question, to his point, they act in good faith.
And they acted in good faith, yeah.
Really?
Now, I don't know.
know.
I was thinking, we watch enough movies. Hostage situation, you don't rush in. You know,
I got a perfect example when you finish.
Okay, you set up your perimeter. Secondly, call the boss at least to let them know so you can find out why is this place closed when it not normally is closed. Do some intel. Don't just go in and just, you know, brandish your weapons and break down everything and then turn around and say, oh, we acted on tip. And now you owe, yeah, unintelligence, right? And you owe this much now to fix your stuff. Thank you. Have a good day.
Case by case.
Yeah.
If you act in good faith, but case by case.
Yeah, well, I
They do
understand.
pay for some, you know.
Yeah.
Because some people do your role.
But they pay for some.
Let me give you a case in point. I remember a night I was working at CID. Me and another officer, and listen, we were working, and it was this call with this disturbance at the house. We say, that ain't for us. We plain clothes, we don't deal with that kind of stuff. But you know, we were in the area of Palmetto Avenue, so you know what? He said, we right near the area, let's go check it.
Exactly.
So I said, well, anyhow, whatever, let's do our part. So we went to the house. The mother, she's crying. Oh, my son, yeah, not so bad. He jumped through the window and he do this and that. And he put a knife on his mother. And you know, when we hear, what? You put a knife on your mother? We was like, we could deal with that. And then we like, and we say, buddy, and we said, mother, you want pressing each other? Yes. I'm a woman and I don't need this. And I said, oh, we said, okay, all right. So we would be like, okay, son, you're under arrest based on what she's saying and what's not. So he said, under arrest? But and only 2 years old. When he started carrying on, and so we said, well, buddy, we got to deal with you. So we start wrestling with him in the living room, and yeah, some figuring got thrown about, some furniture got moved.
You changed the whole time. Go on. You changed the whole feeling. We go on.
So we started, you know, some stuff, some plates got broken, and there was body slamming going on. So he was throwing out a big tussle, and we were grappling with him, and the sister steps say, hold on, look what they doing. So we dealing with him, trying to restrain him and handcuff him, and some stuff got broken. And the mother said, why are you begging my son? He said, oh. And then we saw some of the other family come, and then all of a sudden we started seeing all these people. And we said, the two of us, we in the living room, big fight going on. And why are you doing that to my son? If you're doing that here, in the family, imagine what you ought to do when you're going to see my son. You want some dangerous family? He's like, you call us. Exactly. And they turn on us and we like, oh, look at my good plate. And look at my, and we like, and we like,
all they want is the person away, you know.
And we just go there and acting in good faith. And I was like, boy. And so we say, you know what? We started backing out of the house, like, you know, and the crowd is starting to grow. And then we saw some stupid little boys who, you know, they, that's them Babylon, but he's got to shoot them. So, you know what? Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
And other people don't understand the importance of a complaint. No. Oh, you just can't come take him and say, Mom, you made a complaint. You just can't come take him. You ain't going to push a complaint.
So what you want us to do?
You understand? They don't do it. They just want to move, and when they gone, oh, that's it. But then we arbitrary arrest, because with the person arrested for in the cell all the time and no complaint. I try, I bad, make complaints.
Ain't nothing like a hostile.
It's supposed to be done.
I blame you.
It's nothing like being in a hostile environment when people switch on.
Yeah. People just change their stories.
You'll be on your own. And back to this thing called tipping off. You know the report was already made. We know tipping off is just a quick reminder. And it's not saying anything to your customer or client which leads to an investigation made in prejudice. You know? You ever hear what they're saying, loose lips, sink ships? And you know how that came about? Remember this thing? You can Google it. World War II. They were telling voices, listen here, we don't want to put too much information out there because there are a lot of spies in the community. Because loose lips could sink our warships. But we were sailing out of the harbor.
On a movie with that, when the guy was throwing this machine.
Yeah, they did a similar type thing.
Yeah.
He was sending out false information to try and see
how. Yeah, when he finally get the machine to this, like, okay, you gotta prevent this. He's like, no, we can't prevent it because they can know. I forget what it's on Netflix. There's a movie with that.
Okay. There's something.
But when you hear that term again, it goes back to World War II. Yeah, look, you gotta, the enemy, you got spies in every community, we can't let them know. And of course they were spreading propaganda. Sometimes the US is the fly planes over Germany, these pamphlets. Yeah, war's about to end soon, we got them on the heels and whatever. So false information, propaganda. But loose lips sink ships. The same thing applies to your institution. You can't make a report on a client and go and advise the client, hey, I'm making a report on you, the FI looking at it, P looking at it. But really, if I'm involved in criminal conduct and you tell me you made a report on me now, I need to make adjustments, and you could prejudice an investigation. You could cost people their lives, too. Think about it, if you're taking money from a drug dealer or a fraudster, you hurting me. I gotta hurt you. Yeah? I'll be taken for granted because in NASA I say, man, you don't want nobody hurting no MLROs. I don't ever hear of no MLROs coming up missing, no, anything like that. Yeah?
In your experience, is that often,
With the tipping off?
yeah.
We haven't had a cases yet. We've came close to an institution where I work at. I can't go into specifics, but what happened, we had a frontline teller. You know, we teach them customer service, be friendly.
Yeah.
Small little conversation, but she read over the script. You know, person come in, she said, oh, you do this type of business? Oh, okay. Yeah, because so-and-so do the same type of business. You asked them what your account the other day. People from compliance would be like,
She didn't even know what she
had no idea what she was doing.
she was just, but I mean, she's trying
Like,
to,
she was
just talking and talking and talking. But
she didn't realize.
the person was able to send a letter to the MD, the managing director. And so much information, it was like, you looking at the snapshot of the screen, there was so much information. You gotta be careful. Loose lips sink ships.
But that's the common sense you're talking about. She just wasn't
Common
street
sense,
smart to that science, what was
You
happening.
know, 17, right out of school, you know, just trying to be friendly. Hey, look, so and so bank.
Yeah, exactly. Doing my best, right?
Yeah.
But you know, that's easy to do. Is what
Very
I think.
easy to do.
Yeah.
Very easy to do. Oh, by the way, the penalty has changed. The fine here, I didn't update it. It used to be 50,000, but the new bill, the new updated legislation, which the bill is 500,000. How do you go from 50 to 500? That's 1,000%.
What the heck, they really think
That's more than that.
It's
That's
off. It's now 500,000.
And the thing about this, the poker act is officially.
Yeah, I see they send out something.
Yeah, officially passed now, poker acts in
Yeah.
effect.
So it's now.
Oh yeah.
back to the
Poker,
abbreviations, right? Back to the abbreviations, right?
Yeah.
These abbreviations.
So now it's
Trust
on
me.
and it's moving.
Yeah. Person's over the counter. Person's over the counter act.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Yeah. But no, that's
It's easy.
yeah,
It's easy.
because you can call, you could see somebody somewhere, whatever,
Yeah.
and there's no audit trail for that.
Yeah, even when you're a private banker, and you know when you're so close, and you gotta keep that relationship with those persons. You play golf with them sometimes. You gotta
Do
track
everything.
your lifeblood is the private banker's referrals. So you wanna talk to them. Hey, you any other friends who you wanna do banking with me? I looking out for you. I'm backing you. Hey, just so you know.
But you gotta really prove that tipping off, because you could just stop a certain look like, you sure that's all you want? That could be tipping off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just something you really gotta prove too.
You must show you one of the good instances with that tipping off, a good example. When you got those bad guys, they're not loyal to anybody.
Thank you,
When they cut deals,
They
are they telling yourself, well, my banker
told
has told me X, Y, and Z.
Oh, like telling, then yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, where sometimes you could inadvertently tip off.
Even if you
too.
hint, they don't.
Like leaving stuff, don't take for granted documentation on your desk. The janitor's after hours, you're leaving stuff all exposed and all kind of stuff. Clean desk policy, you don't hear those stuff. We take that for granted. Oh, just leave it there. That's a janitress. She been with us for years. Oh, that's,
Even other
so
co-workers who not either. Even
Yeah.
other co-workers, not even janitors. You have co-workers which you're not supposed to be in touch with.
Yeah.
They come right in there and you see them, they stand over
Oh,
your
I
desk
hear what you're saying, girl.
and they read your information.
I hate when that happened to me once with the janitress. She said, "What's the name of so and so?" I say, "Scream girl, scream girl. Come on, hey, come on, man, back up off me. Back up off me." You want to look at something that was out of order? I had my laptop on and she was
You
working.
said that?
Because she was out of order.
Yeah.
She was like,
You try I too.
I know that. No, I mean, sometimes you gotta. Maybe I was wrong for saying that.
No, you were not. She was irritated.
I have a letter up on my computer and she saw a name that she's familiar. She said, "Oh, that's so and so," and that's the thing. And I said, "Sweet girl, back up off me, yeah?
Yeah, they read that.
Back the hell up, man."
You said she should know that.
So you left.
She should have said no say nothing. You were there working.
Yeah,
so
but
don't say
even if you
nothing
saw it,
unattended.
don't say it, because I saw
When you don't see it, that's
you know?
Yeah, but she's the cleaning lady.
But everyone, no one would think that'd be a trick, because she's just a cleaning lady. So she got all the stuff you didn't shred, and she could bag it up all the stuff with the other dustbin. So there could be a lot of bank statements, balances.
Guys, that's so saying.
Yeah,
She's top one.
she's a spy.
That'd be awesome. Now that's a business right there.
That's
Be the cleaner and you get all the
We
information.
take for granted that the person who's taking the garbage.
I had to tell someone that the day when I was working at the micro station here, but man, we used to call him Papi.
Oh my God, he know a lot.
And he was going
But this working
the
Oh, I know a lot.
And then they got so lazy. One time they don't clean up the cell block. They say, "Y'all serious?"
Access to everything.
Yeah.
You forget, if you don't get to shred your
It's
stuff
a
at the end of the
nice
day, you
little
better lock that up in one drawer,
And
that
then
up
the
so you
time
can shred it the next day.
I had one guy who used to work with me. When you see 2 o'clock come, he used to sleep. He used to be sleeping, and we on Quaco Street there. It was like, I had like 2 years on the job. There's this Johnson name, I forgot his name, one Johnson.
You say Jones is chemically challenged.
Okay,
Yeah.
one time, he ended up walking by, he said, "Mom, let's give me the all amount for Keats, right?" Not his Keats.
Yeah.
There it is.
Keats was right around the corner. Yeah.
Keats, right. I said, all right. So I give him 3, and he come. I said, "Get me 1 soda." When he come back and bring the soda, man, he just start talking about everybody. I know who was using everybody. Tell me what police using this Johnson. This everything from Quaco Street to Peter Street. I said, "Charles, listen, after that, I let him clean the car." They know what that was $10. That station was clean. You come to Quaco Street, think it's a KOB station. Every night,
You know, stuff, you know.
girl, trust me, the night is tough.
Or the thing I'm doing, them janitors, the cleaner things no one.
Well,
Oh, I love
They
them
care a
Johnsons. Give me the Johnsons. Give me the Johnsons any day. Because Michael didn't get no Johnson. Because Michael got crazy.
You gotta look at it.
Yeah, they
Crazy,
crazy. They
crazy.
car, they would clean the car. They crazy, Rascal Michael.
Remember I told you the story about that Jones who I encountered on East Street and Wolf Road?
Uh-huh.
I would never forget that. Fellas said, "I'm hungry, man. I need something to eat." I said, "Oh, Lord, my heart was touched." I said, "I don't have the cash on me. But you could have half of my sandwich. It's good." And my
Tell you
now.
don't
I said, "There you go."
I know your
They
mouth,
said, "Well, I don't know what your mouth is." I said, "But you are a Jones." Sorry, chemically challenged. And after that, I had to search myself.
But what I really know, you all have to be mindful. Like a lot of people going crazy. Like they really fed. You know, we had when I was growing up, we had seen Johnsons. Literally, you would get the car clean for cars.
Exactly.
No, we had seen Johnsons clean. No, you don't remember that? We had seen Johnsons.
But who actually used to work like a
They had a substance abuse problem, and they do that.
Yeah.
But you have the crazy level really going up. People crazy.
I don't get some type of drugs and they're using
Yeah,
they don't know how to go.
Fuck is you taking drugs? You ain't saying.
My brother that see one incident, the man had raw meat and he closed like with days. So when they was they had to hose him off to Woodford police station. And as they take the clothes off, the maggot was falling. He's crazy. That's crazy. That ain't that Johnson.
No, people go into a lot, so the way I would cook for something, it wouldn't be the way that you would cook.
Yeah, that's
It
crazy.
ain't even cooking. They're using all types of different drugs nowadays. And they're sending them crazy. They're stripping off their clothes and they
And a lot of women going
Yes,
crazy.
one man.
A lot of women going crazy.
Well, I need 5 minutes. We can look at this form real quick. I need to touch on that. We'll touch on that. If you've never seen it before, like I said, I'm giving you information where to find it. It's at the FIU page of the Bahamas Government website under the tab FIU. You have to download it. You have the actual copy of it. Page number 1, appendix Q, there it is. It's going through the FIU, that doesn't change. You put the date of the report, how many pages, from 1 through whatever. Even though it's 5 pages, you could add a supplementary page. Because sometimes those summaries could be long. If you so desire, you could have an additional page. You could add, say, see additional page attached. Yeah. So the disclosing institution, it would be, is it related to proceeds of drug trafficking, type of transaction? You could probably put in there possible money laundering. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's drug related or if it's terrorist related, you could take that, or you could put in a the two lines under the type of transaction we have put in there. It's any other type, because maybe some other type of predicate offense. The name of the disclosing institution, that's your institution that you work for, the full address, and not just the postal address, West Bay Street, Caves, office or Caves, what do you call it? Yeah, and number. Sort code, don't worry about that. Because trust me, I was there when they drafted this. Name of person handling transaction, that would be you, the MLRO. And the name of the money laundering reporting or contact person, that would be you. Yeah? You're that point person. The direct line for the MLRO, not some other. You can put that direct telephone number, whether it's at your desk or a cell, a dedicated cell, because the bank gives phones to MLROs too. Your fax number, so they can reach you, your email address, preferably your work email, not your Yahoo or another ones, because you don't want those stuff getting intercepted. Subject of the disclosure, whether it's an individual or business entity, you have the name of the person, the date of birth of the person, date and place of birth. It could be the 15th of August, 1976, place of birth, Inagua, Bahamas, Andros, Bahamas, Freeport, Grand Bahama, wherever, or if it's a U.S. address or any other jurisdiction. The occupation, what does the person do for a living, full address, that's straightforward right there. The next page, the telephone contact for the WIC number for that person. This is the suspect or the subject. Their home number, this is really can be extracted from KYC information. Their fax information and an email address, if you have that. Section C, if it's a entity involved, company involved, company name, type of business, the full address, telephone number, email.
The company involved, right?
The company is involved, yeah. Fax number, identification number, maybe a tax number or a certificate of incorporation, those unique numbers to that institution. The beneficial owner. This could very well be the person from subject B. And if that's the case, you just put in the same as B. Yeah, that will kill all of that. So yeah, unless you want to write it twice. I just put same as B, kill all of that. You don't want trying to write this thing twice. Section E, you authorize signatories on the accounts that are held for that subject or business entity. You would say the full name. If it's just that one person, like subject B, see subject B, information particulars. But if it's other persons, you will itemize the names. And if necessary, you can put an attachment. You can spell it out. You have several signatories on the supplemental page. You can go to, I can pick up the page, I see you rolling your eye. Huh? Yeah, or use your honor.
Oh man.
So you go to section.
See why you do that? See why you do that? Just like that.
So section F, intermediaries involved. You may have title, occupation, full address, telephone, same particulars. The account information. What type of account is it? Is it a checking account, saving account, certificate of deposit? It depends on what type of facility it is. The account number. And of course you may have several accounts, so you mess that. The one, comma, or slash, whatever. In some cases you may have so many that you may have to do a supplement page. The date the account or accounts were open, date they were closed, if it's applicable. If not, just put N/A. The assets held as of the reporting date was typically the balance on the accounts. Yeah, as of the reporting date. Jurisdiction where the assets are held. Could be in another jurisdiction, may not necessarily be here. But once you're aware of it, then you indicate other accounts that they may hold or they may be related to. Yeah, they may be a director on another account, they may be associated with another account, but not they may not show up on the name of the account, but they're tied to it, so we could identify those if it's applicable. Reason for suspicion. This particular table right here will show the amounts involved, that particular incident. It goes to the debit or credit. It could be money's coming in or going out. The date, the source of the funds. If you know who the remitter was or who the monies were coming from, emanating from, you can indicate there. And the currency. $, US dollar, Cayman, whatever. And the section underneath that, it says please describe the details That's where you go to town. That's where you tell your story. You know, where you try to avoid all the jargons and utilize the 5 W's, the what, the when, the who, the why, the where, the whatever. The whatever is not one of them, but you know, the 5 W's. Avoid the jargons, the relevant information, and what aroused your suspicion. Yeah? And there's no one, or I should say no wrong way in the wording, just as long as you cover the core stuff, the W's and it's in sequence and you indicate dates, times, and stuff like that. Great. And then after that, there is the next section. Of course, you have to, the very end it says submitted by, only to be submitted by the MLRO or the deputy. So you have your name there, the position held, your official title. If it's MLRO/compliance officer, you would indicate on your signature, your 80%.
But this one always, the first thing, the first page, this would be like someone else who make it too, and then the MLR. You can't put it in.
Sorry, what? Which page you at?
The first page, where it says person handling transaction, and like the tellers and stuff.
No,
you never put the name.
They know.
Come to go the money laundering officer, but the only person would do this,
Yeah.
no matter
Or if
what.
the deputy, MLRO did it, and then the MLRO could go there.
Okay.
But no,
Okay.
if-
Yeah, you can't.
no, we don't identify anyone else.
Okay.
So it's just you,
Okay.
and that's a big signature. The 80%. Then you have the next section that says statistical information in the back. Yeah. Okay, this part right here is more so for the FIU because every year they publish an annual report and they have a section on statistics. This big old pie chart saying the amount of money that was allegedly laundered on what areas in the financial sector is coming from, credit unions, whatever. So this is where they get their stats from. This is important for them. Like for example, name of the institute. Sorry, nature. Was it a bank, fund manager, law firm, accountant, whoever was making a report. This is how they get their stats. You tick the box that's applicable. Customer type. Was it a new customer? A long-standing customer? Anyone over 5 years is considered long-standing. So below that, you're new. Electronic banking, euro transaction. Criminality is suspected. Drugs, you know, we got plenty of that. Terrorism, perhaps, fraud, revenue, tax evasion, or other. When you see that says other, you can indicate it. You always leave that option in the other because, you know, things just come, there may be, I don't know, virtual currency fraud or something different. But there's always that option of other. Grounds for disclosure. Media, something that came to your attention by way of the media, internet search, group information, this is internal, your institution, third party, service of a production order perhaps. You were alerted by way of a production order. Whatever is applicable, you would take. What currency was involved? Was it pounds, US dollars, euros, Canadian, Jap yen, Mexican peso, whatever. And you would take, if it was other that doesn't fall in here, you would indicate that type of currency. And once you'd have done that, you would have completed your voice or your ULERT, STR, and of course, they can come back to you requesting additional information, which they normally do. They'll come back, acknowledge and receive, and if they have any additional. Any questions so far with the, I've been just talking all morning. You know, I don't know, we started off with Waffle House, IMAX, and police shootout, all kind of stuff we talking about.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
When it says assets held, if they have any other assets other than maybe like jewels and stuff like that, would that be applied to that or no?
No,
Or just
we talking about, no, we talking about like fixed deposits that you may be aware of.
Shares.
Shares, you know, any other assets, because you'll have the accounts that are under suspicion. But if there are any other accounts, you would itemize those and give balances. Yeah? Yeah. So we do have that request for safety deposits. You guys have a lot of safety deposit accounts? No?
Not anymore.
Not at the other.
Not
The only I know. So that would have been my section for suspicious activity reports. Any?
You have the handouts?
I was supposed to ask you, was it possible to get Yeah, you got caught like that.
I know this though. I know this one.
I you see?
Hey,
You
oh,
see, this is the same thing.
I give it a day.
I can whack you for that, janitress.
You know, one who say, oh, the letter says so. How you see it? Back up, man. Get off me, man.
Once
So tell me why you gotta carry like that.
They know
Why you
they
gotta carry like that, man?
But she was wrong.
She said no.
But guess what? This is a small community. You don't
Yes,
know who
that's
knows.
right. That's
You
why
have no idea who's who.
Child, I can't believe we
I start off by talking with someone that is, oh, go ahead, that's my nephew. I said, he's the sweetest person there. Boy, you don't know. This is a small community.
Yes,
You ain't gonna lock the boxes. You ain't gonna lock the boxes.
That's the first thing. Every murderer or criminal, that's the first thing they want me to say. He's a good boy.
You know,
Yes.
everyone is
I need to
he's the
understand.
best boy.
Any man, I could brace it, but he's a good boy.
But you see the man on TV talking with his neighbor, but he wouldn't show his face. But that's his good neighbor. But when they spoke to the old lady, she said, just how you live is how you die.
Like, oh, hello.
That's my good neighbor, but he wouldn't show his face.
See how they always say they wanted to kill him.
Good morning.
Yes, yes.
Everybody know what the story is.
Let me know if you didn't get one. So I when it's register,
Oh, two, okay.
don't forget to sign the register. 2 more?
Thank you.
Everyone, make sure we got a copy. This.
Today, this
Mr. Taylor, that's it. You're done for this course now.
Anyone have the register? I mean,
Next Sunday off.
yeah. Invite me so well. You all have the laptop
I don't hear. They ain't have been scheduled on here.
I couldn't see the laptop.
Boy, I didn't even never noticed that.
I mean, I would have.
Thank you for saying that. I can be right here.
She wouldn't give anything.
I honestly, you noticed the package. I don't look.
Yeah, so it's
You remember I was like, this thing's full of shit. And it right there.
You should ask me to get in. I don't know. I'll see.
You know, I would make sure you're
This is what it comes for me. Yeah. If not, the class after the ring, sorry. At the beginning class, we just give it to her. Okay, thank you.
She give out something last week.
But she no, that's the wrist rating thing. You want that?
I don't think so. Because, no, I don't think so. I wasn't here
Next, when we go to the class in the morning, we copy a different class.
Okay.
Just exam, something.
No, I know she give out a sample of the exam and some of the possible questions.
I wait for
and the opportunity, training opportunity, you can't beat it. All right, Ms. Offshore.
So I have a question. If
Yes,
they
ma'am.
push them back the dates, right, when is the actual test? Who's they pushing back the
June
dates?
30th. It's June 30th. Push back today.
She's saying the class on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what the class
Holiday.
is not June 9th, right?
Yeah.
June 2nd. The holiday is the 2nd.
Yeah.
And then the week after
It's
that.
June 9th. You know when it's the exam,
Yeah, so right, it's
So your
right.
2 week break.
I thought it was 12 points. Is everyone signed the register?
Not yet. It was never there, you know, they had it from the beginning sorted right, but we, yeah. So June 9th, God willing, we see everybody again.
You do
Let me
it.
write in this thing first.
Yeah.
He ready to talking my head off, and he wasn't here. He wasn't here.
Last Sunday. Just one minute.
Yes, finish talking about that again.
I was gonna be right there, boy.